to Mr. Jordan.
Thank you so much, Chairman. Administrator, I have a question for you. Would a wall have prevented the death of the family?
I don't know the specifics to be able to answer that question fully. Right.
So I think it's very clear that I think you mentioned the need for immigration reform to fix this broken immigration system. I think that needs to be the focus rather than both sides yelling out there's a crisis. I think the humanitarian crisis is real of the number of children that are in our care and increasingly becoming very aware that it's becoming a public health crisis as well. I'm going to take this in a different direction, if I may, Chairman. I want to talk about pre-check recommendations. Pre-check program is a program that enables U.S. citizens, as we all know, and lawful permanent residents, green card holders, to receive expedited checkpoint screening if they provide their personal biographic information, documents, fingerprints to TSA, and are cleared for such screening after a background check is completed. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So are you familiar with CLEAR?
I am.
So I want you to know, for a while I've been going and I kind of watch the process of CLEAR and realized and went to their website and it says, instead of using identification documents, CLEAR uses biometrics, eye scans, and fingerprints to confirm identity. CLEAR codes the biographic information and stores the data to be retrieved, supposedly for future flight checks. Once it's in-person registration, as you know, Administrator, and it gets completed, and then ClearPass can be used. The cost for our residents is about $100 annually, and I think they pay a little bit more, I believe, when they first register. I have concerns about this. This is a private company, correct?
It is.
And they're stepping into doing their version of a pre-TSA check, correct?
No, they are doing identity verification, but it is not pre-check.
So when they put the information in there, from what I understand from their website, of course, they're going to say, you know, CLEAR's privacy policy seems to indicate that they can't sell the material or they're not going to share the material and so forth. But what's very interesting, Administrator, and again, this is also for Director Johnson, because I don't know does JAO look at the CLEAR's airport security process or not. This is why it's concerning. So the company shut down unexpectedly earlier this year for a day because it so-called, quote, ran out of money, and no one seems to know the root cause or how safe the data was during that time. And then it goes on to say nothing in the privacy policy explicitly prohibits a data collection company from purchasing CLEAR just for its data on what is likely or largely, you know, well-heeled clientele. This is very concerning because even though obviously maybe in their contract it says that they can't sell or share the data, where does it say that our information is still protected? Can they sell it to another company? Can they transfer that contract to yet another company? And again, this is for-profit companies, private outside companies that are coming in, gathering the data, and by them being there at the airport next to the pre-TSA line and cutting we've kind of given some sort of blessing and credibility to this company to do that practice. And so what division approves this outside contract, and what kind of oversight are we having in regards to this process?
Yes, ma'am. CLEAR is what's called a registered traveler company.
Yeah, I know.
And the registered traveler program was established by Congress. So that program was established by Congress. It's being implemented as Congress had intended. The CLEAR organization is not under contract with TSA. It is under contract with individual airports. So there is no contractual relationship between TSA and CLEAR. Our relationship to CLEAR is via the airports through the airport security program, which we put in place at each airport around the country.
So is there, and I don't know, Director Johnson or maybe the Administrator can answer, do you see any security risks of the data being collected and being cleared through, you know, people are being, the cleared process that they've been using to get expedited through the line?
Well, we have looked at the pre-check program in the past. We haven't really looked at the CLEAR program. So I'll defer to the Administrator.
The other thing I would add, ma'am, is that we reviewed CLEAR's data security protocols, and we held them to the NIST standard, the National Institute of Standards, and we were satisfied that their data integrity met those standards.
And, Chairman, if I may, I think it's really critical that GAO includes this in their review and making sure we hold them accountable, because the residents and the people that are being registered in CLEAR don't know this is not a government agency. They're not told that. They think that this is an extension of TSA administrator, and you probably already know that. And they're making money off of our residents, and we need to make sure that their data and information is protected.
Thank you very much. Mr. Gibbs.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Pekoske, for being here, and the other witnesses. Also,